Hi everyone, welcome to this Facebook Live. My name is Caitlyn and my channel is DIY with Caitlyn. So if you guys want to check that out, it'd be awesome. I've got some really cool crafts lined up for you today. I think you're going to really be interested in how I use freezer paper to make your own custom stencils that you can put on any kind of fabric. And so I actually started this craft in high school when I wanted to make Harry Potter, customized Harry Potter shirts. And so I downloaded the Harry Potter font and I would, stencil all sorts of little sayings onto t-shirts. And so now I'm going to show you how to give a sophisticated look to anything from pillows to dish towels, anything with fabric in your home. So what we're going to do is first I'm going to teach you a couple tricks on how to stencil. So a lot of people say, I can't draw, or I don't know, I'm not creative. And I swear this project is really easy. So my girlfriend is here filming with us, so thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm behind the camera today.
And she was saying that, she's like, wow, if even I can do this, I swear it's easy.
And I promise you, I am not artistically inclined at all, and I could do this, so anybody can.
So before we jump in, why don't you guys tell me, where are you guys viewing from today? What part of the country are you in?
I see somebody from Nova Scotia, and I saw someone from the Poconos. I'm from Pittsburgh,
wow.
PA.
We're in sunny San Diego right now. So I want you guys to follow me into my living room where I'm going to show you this really great trick on how to, if you can't draw very well, how you can stencil and make it look really good. And all you need is a laptop. So follow me over here.
This is Caitlyn's lovely living room. Probably many projects you've seen if you follow her are on her walls.
All right, so you can see I pulled up on Pinterest this pineapple stencil, okay? And so what I'm gonna do is, it helps if you go into a dark room. My living room will be dark enough. And if you put the paper over it, you can actually just lightly draw on top. And so I use this technique, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but I use this technique when I want to stencil something that I find online and I really like.
Wow, we have somebody from Australia on here.
Oh, hello from down under.
Florida, Louisiana.
Hi everyone. So we also have a giveaway question today. And the question is, if you were going to do this project, what fabric would you want to stencil on? So do you guys have any, seeing this, obviously you guys haven't seen the finished product yet. But, what kind of ideas do you guys have? What fabric would you use?
I saw somebody said t-shirt. That's a great idea. Great way to make team t-shirts or artistic t-shirts. Harry Potter t-shirts. Shout out there.
Yeah, Harry Potter. Can we get some likes for Harry Potter t-shirts? So do you guys see what I'm doing today? I'm stenciling a pineapple. These also make really nice gifts. We were talking about Kristen, who's holding the camera for me today. Thanks, Kristen. She just moved into a new home, and they got a lot of kind of pineapple housewarming things. So we're going to make some tea towels for the kitchen today.
We had somebody ask if this actually damages your screen whenever you're writing on it.
I press very lightly, so it's not like I'm pressing really hard, and I've done this, I don't know if I would say hundreds of times, but a lot of times, and I've never had a problem. So now I'm going to just, I just scroll the image up a little bit, and then I'm going to reline it up and just draw the top of the pineapple. So yeah, do not press down hard on your laptop screen.
A lot of people saying they'll stencil on jean jackets.
Oh, cute.
Tote bags, canvas drop cloths, quilts. Good ideas, guys.
Yeah, those are great. Is anyone out there from California?
Oh, I saw a couple.
Got some California peeps. I wonder who's tuning in that's the farthest away. That would be interesting to know.
And how is the weather where everybody's at? Sunny here, of course.
It's beautiful weather here. All right, great. So now we're going to move back into the dining room. And because I love you guys so much, I already started the stencil. So you don't have to watch me cut out as much by hand, okay? So you can see I've started to already cut. So while I'm cutting the rest of this, Does anyone else have any questions or want to share with us where, what they would do if they were going to do this project? Maybe what would you guys stencil onto? So like, let's say you were going to do some pillowcases or some towels for the bathroom or whatever. Why don't you guys share, how you would use this project? So I'm just gonna, and again, it doesn't have to be, these don't have to be like absolute perfection, but you just generally just cut along your lines. And organic shapes are kind of easier to do too, because if you mess up a little bit, no one knows.
And I believe that one of the questions was, could you print this from your computer? Is that right?
Sure. Absolutely. So what I did with the Harry Potter font, when I wanted like a very specific look, is I would print the paper on top, like a regular sheet of paper, and then tape it to the freezer paper, and then cut through both layers of paper.
Got it. And just a reminder what we're making today. We are stenciling and going to be doing what today, Biggs? Just a reminder.
So we are showing people how to stencil your own custom fabric using just regular old freezer paper. So Kristen and I picked this paper up at Target yesterday, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to just do some really cute like custom linens or pillowcases. We're going to do some pillowcases today and some like kitchen linens.
Yeah, somebody just brought up on here that the pineapple is the universal sign of hospitality. And yeah, this is great, Kelly. Thanks. And it is. Caitlyn had just brought up that I just moved into a new house and I got a lot of pineapple gifts. So this is a perfect idea to put on anything that's a housewarming present. I saw some people say you could do it for creative branding if you have a brand or want to market a t-shirt.
Absolutely. Yeah, like if you have your own little business and you want you have a stand or something like that, you can make your own t-shirts really easily. And again, I love, when someone said, could you print something out instead of, drawing it yourself? Absolutely. In fact, that's what I used to do originally. So
can we get some hearts if you love the pineapple idea? Mm-hmm. Bring those on in.
So again, guys, Hometalk does a number of these Facebook Live events, and we always have a giveaway. And the giveaway question today is, what fabric would you use if you were going to do this? And I think more importantly too, what project would you do? So we talked about, doing pineapples for housewarming presents, but can you guys think of even other? I love the creativity of the Hometalk community. You guys always have really awesome ideas, so I'm kind of curious what ways you guys would. And so what you do when you're cutting is make sure you put a piece of Make sure you put a piece of cardboard below. We were kind of joking actually before this started, like, wouldn't it be terrible if I started bleeding on camera because I cut my finger?
Don't do that.
So I'm trying to be very careful.
Hey, quick question. One question was, can you do this on glass? So can you create this pattern, maybe stick it on glass and paint with the acrylic paint on glass?
So you could do a variation of this project for glass, but you would not be able to use freezer paper. So you guys will see how I stick the freezer paper to the fabric in a second. But you can't just, this just won't, if you just press this up against a glass surface, it won't stick at all. Okay, so there are, what you could do is you could get a piece of like vinyl that has a sticky backing to it so that it peels off and sticks, and so you could actually cut into basically into a sticker material and then stick that onto glass, and that would work. But you wouldn't want to use acrylic paint, you would want to use glass paint. So they have special glass paint. You can get it at Michael's. It's not that expensive. I think Martha Stewart has a line of it. I've used it on some candle projects before. So yeah, that's actually a neat idea. You could use this on glass applications, but you would kind of have to change up your supplies a little bit.
And just a reminder, guys, to share this video with anybody else on Facebook and other groups. We love to get this stuff out there. Caitlyn has done a lot of really awesome things and will definitely help us out.
And like I said, guys, my Facebook page is DIY with Caitlyn, and it totally makes my day when I get likes. So if you guys want to head over and like that, I'm always trying to post cool projects, and I would really appreciate it.
And another good thing, Caitlyn, where did you get some of these stencils? I had seen some really cute ones when we chose.
Yeah, so I actually created a Pinterest board called Stencils. So if you guys want to look me up on Pinterest, it's DIY with Caitlyn, and that's Caitlyn with a C and no Y. So you can find me on Pinterest, and I have a whole board full of like kind of cute stencils that I had found online that I thought would be good. So, okay, so I think we're done with this pineapple. So we're going to go ahead and cut this, kind of pop all these little guys out.
Oh, I just saw somebody say they would put this on a baby blanket. That's a good idea.
That's cute. Oh, we got one square missing over there. Oh, a couple little squares still. I thought I was done, but I spoke too soon. I love the baby blanket idea. You know, you could do the child's name, you know, for like a real customized. I mean, I think everyone loves getting homemade gifts, and especially like customized gifts. And so doing kind of like a baby blanket or putting someone's initials on, you know, their dish towels or something like that could be like a really cute project.
Well, Caitlyn, you just got a compliment on your top.
Oh, thank you.
This is a brand new splurge we made today, guys.
When we were shopping for this project, we might have gotten a little sidetracked. All right. The cutting part is always like, okay, get us through the cutting. Let's get to the good stuff. Okay, now we're at the good stuff.
Yay.
I'm going to show you guys how this works. All right, so we're going to move over to station number 2. And I have another pineapple that I've cut out for you guys to see. And you can see I just have a normal dish towel. I like the, you know, real simple. And you want kind of like a linen that's not real, like furry, if that makes any sense. Like you want it kind of flat. And then I put a cutting board below this, or a piece of cardboard, just because when we start to paint, we don't want any paint to seep through. So here's the part that you guys need to make sure you get this right. If you get this wrong, this project will not work. One side of the freezer paper is shiny. The other side is a matte finish. Make sure you put the shiny part face down. Okay, so let me repeat that. Shiny part face down, all right? So I'm going to line this pineapple up in the center here, and then I've got my iron. Turn it off so that or you want the iron on, obviously, but you don't want any of the water to be coming out. So, let's see. Yep, that's hot. So what I'm going to do is just press down. And can you guys see how that's starting to, you know, mold to the...
And Caitlyn, can you remind everybody again what you used to cut out the pineapple? Was that...
Yeah, so you can just use an X-Acto knife. I actually have, this is funny, I've had this is just a scalpel that I got in an art class in college that I've had for 7 years. And I use it all the time. But just a normal X-Acto knife works great. This freezer paper is not hard to cut. So it's, you know, it's pretty easy to cut through. Okay, so now that this is sealed down, so this is what I was talking about when someone asked about glass, and I said this won't work because you can't seal it to the material. So this is sealed to the material now. So now I'm just going to use some regular acrylic paint here and put some here and do the sky. Do a little green. Okay.
So people are asking, I have a lot of questions on what is freezer paper. Where do you find that?
So you can find freezer paper in the same kind of area where you find like plastic wrap. I mean, I'm assuming, I've only ever used it for craft projects, which is funny, but I'm assuming people use it to wrap like meats in and put it in the freezer. Is there anyone out there that actually uses freezer paper for its original purpose? But I've only ever used it for craft projects. But yeah, look for it where you find like tin foil or plastic wrap or whatever. I mean, they have it at Target. They're going to have it at any major supermarket.
So what are you doing now?
So now I'm just applying the paint onto the stencil. So one thing you want to know is it's not like this is like the tightest seal in the world. So what I try to kind of do is kind of pat the paint on. I don't want to brush it a lot because I don't want any to get in the cracks. We want like a nice, crisp, clean stencil. So, you know, you apply somewhat liberally. And this is just regular acrylic paint. And for those of you who are just joining us now, this is freezer paper that I cut out a stencil out of. And then freezer paper will actually adhere to fabric with heat. So if you use an iron to adhere to the freezer paper down, you can make these really cool stencils.
Oh, that's a really cool idea, Diane. Diane just said that she would use this for a banner at a party, like maybe a happy birthday or graduation.
Oh, I love it.
Lots of graduations out there coming up, so.
That's a very cute idea. Gosh, you could even, if you wanted to do it like inexpensively, and if you could sew, which I can't really, but you could actually do, you know, if you got like a sheet, you could like cut sew a sheet in half and then do like a big sign. That would actually be really fun. Okay, now I'm going to move into the leaves. I love this green color. It's one of my favorite colors. So you can see just, you know, keeping the paint on.
So we have a couple people asking if this is a one-use only type deal. You know, if you wash it, does it come out? Just some details on that.
Yeah, so here's the deal. This is not permanent forever. Obviously, it's, you know, not as robust as if you were to buy something in a store. But, you know, I was careful when I washed it. You know, you can wash it with the careful settings on your washing machine. And my shirt lasted a long time. Eventually, the paint started to crack a little bit. But, you know, you can actually get a lot of use out of this. So it's definitely not a one-use thing. All right. All right, cool. So now what we're going to do is just set this one aside.
And would you suggest, one last question from the audience, using like a fabric paint if they really wanted to wash it hard? Yeah,
you could definitely experiment with different kinds of paint. So this is why you want to put something down. It will definitely bleed through. So if you decide to do a t-shirt, guys, stick a piece of cardboard into the t-shirt. Otherwise, it will seep through to the other side of the shirt. So that's a pro tip I learned the hard way. Okay, so we're going to set that aside, and then I'm going to do my next one. I wanted to show you guys kind of a different application. So here we've got now a pillowcase. And let's just put this over here. I'm going to get a piece of cardboard, put that down. So again, with the pillowcase, because it has two sides, we want to slip that cardboard inside the pillowcase for sure.
Okay. Somebody asked what heat setting you would need to have on the iron. Would you turn it up the entire way to get that freezer paper to adhere?
Let's see. Mine is at medium. You know, you don't need to like blast it with a heat gun to get it to work. Definitely not. So, all right, so I'm just going to center this here. All right, so that looks good. And then I got the same thing. I cut out this love stencil. I'm going to put that down, and then I lost the little part of the D. Here we go. So it's the same process here. So I slipped the piece of cardboard. Don't forget, guys, to slip the piece of cardboard in there. And I'm going to do the same thing again, where I'm just going to adhere this down.
And do you have to seal the paint on the fabric at all?
Nope. Definitely don't. So again, it's, you know, you guys can use fabric paint. I'm using acrylic paint for this project. You could definitely use fabric paint too. That could probably keep it, you know, lasting nicer a little bit longer. Make sure that when you're pressing down, you seal all the edges, because you don't want any paint, you know, you don't have to go over it a bunch of times, but you don't want any paint leaking into your sides because you want a nice, crisp, stencil.
And just go over again for the audience, because a lot of people are asking for reminders. This is freezer paper, correct?
This is freezer paper. So for this one, I think I'm probably going to do a nice... What color do you guys think I should do for this? I was thinking maybe multicolor. What do you guys think? Maybe I'll do a nice blue. I've got a good blue color here. So... And then again, another tip when you're doing your paint is kind of, I'm going to brush from the outside in because I want to keep the sides crisp and I don't want paint to seep into them. So you guys see how I'm kind of going like this? That'll kind of help the paint not get under the paper.
And everybody, can we get some hearts if you like the multicolor idea?
Yeah, do hearts if you like the multicolor, and if you don't want multicolor, hit like. And then we can see what to do. I don't know why I started with the V in the middle. That seems kind of random of me to do, but...
Oh, lots of hearts.
Lots of hearts? Hearts for multicolor? Alright, multicolor it is then.
Hey, it's Pride Month out there. We could do rainbows.
Oh, I love that idea.
Likes for the Pride Month rainbow?
I started with blue though.
Well, blue's toward the end. You can do indigo, orange.
Okay, yeah, we'll do. We're definitely pro Pride, so let's do a rainbow situation. Everyone likes rainbows, right?
Somebody asked what kind of brush you use for this, or what you would suggest.
It's whatever you have around the house. It doesn't really matter. These are just, craft brushes that I do keep for projects. Whatever you have is fine. You don't need a special fancy brush or anything.
I'm going to zoom up so everybody can see how you're brushing these edges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so go out in so that you have less chance of the paint seeping underneath your... I mean, the freezer paper seals pretty well, but just to make sure. I mean, it always kind of... It might bleed a little, but it kind of sucks if that happens. So I try to brush it in a way to minimize the bleeding.
And Caitlyn, can you show everybody what paint you're using again?
Yeah,
just hold it
so
under
it's just
here.
regular acrylic paint. But like some people were saying, oh yeah, try some fabric paint. You could totally do it with fabric paint. I do it with acrylic, and I think that's fine too. It might not last quite as long, so you can kind of experiment with that a little bit. Alright, great, now the E's done. Alright, let's do... Should we do the green then, I think?
Yeah,
next?
good call. And after you're finished with this, how long do you leave it sit before you peel off the stencil?
So typically you want the paint to be mostly dry. I will definitely peel these off for you guys so you can see it in real time. So do not fret. That's the fun part. You guys stick with me to the end and we're going to peel all this stuff, and I will tell you, it is incredibly satisfying to watch. What do you think for this color then? Yellow, orange?
I'm liking... Yeah, do a warm color, like maybe yellow.
Yellow, okay. I think I have a lot of brushes over here. Got a lot of colors going. So, and then I also got, let's see, where's my little, I have a little heart stencil that I was going to put some hearts on this. So we can do little rainbow hearts in honor of Pride as well.
Somebody asked if you could paint on silk. Or like a silk polyester fabric.
I mean, this pillowcase is part polyester. I'm sure it has some silk in it as well. If it was like 100% silk, that's like a pretty nice fabric. I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't stencil on 100% silk. But, most of these pillowcases are made of some kind of, hybrid fabrics. In which case I'd say that's fine.
Caitlin, what was the giveaway question again?
The giveaway is, what kind of fabric would you use if you were going to do this project for yourself? So somewhere under all this fabric, I have a little heart punch I want to show you guys that I'm going to use for this too. Let's see if we can find that. Here we go. So I got this little heart punch, and I'm going to use this guy to kind of do some punches too and do kind of an additional stencil. So what I'm going to do with this guy is I'm just going to cut little squares. And you could do this on anything. You could do this on like pajama bottoms, or you know, if you wanted to do dish towels or whatever it is. So I'm just going to do little, kind of cut up little squares.
So our friend Beth wants to know if you can do this on wood.
Again, no, because the freezer paper isn't going to stick to the wood. So you would need to do, you could definitely do the same concept, but you would need something other than freezer paper. You're going to need something that is sticky. So after I cut the little freezer papers, and again, remember guys, we always do the shiny side down when we're ironing. Otherwise you're going to gunk up your iron and it's not going to work. And then I'm just going to punch. So now I've got a little heart, a perfect little heart, and then I'll iron these guys down too. So that's the thing, is if you're like, look, I'm really not artistic at all, I don't want to have to draw anything, it's like, that's fine. You can customize with some little hearts. You could get a little star punch out.
This seems like it would be great for kids. Definitely good to do while the kids are home for the summer. Can I get some likes for that?
Yeah, good kid craft. My mom kept me so busy with arts and crafts project as a kid. I'm pretty sure I have her to thank for fostering my creativity. Has anyone, I'm just kind of curious, has anyone done this project before? Has anyone used freezer paper to do stencils themselves? I've been doing this for so long, I thought maybe a lot of other people would be doing it too, but now
yeah. Especially, who has done this with their kids out there?
So I'm going to cut this a little tighter to it so that I can... Anyone out there? No one's done it?
Oh yeah, we're getting lots of yeses.
Oh, good.
Lots of people have done it. I'm getting a ton of suggestions for burlap, which is great. You know, it is wedding season too. It's graduation season. Kids are out of school. Lots of reasons to do these DIY things.
Absolutely. Doing something for a wedding would be really nice. Okay. So now I'm going to start to put my little hearts everywhere. So again, I kind of just want them random. And so we'll just kind of put them around. And the other thing is though, is I want that cardboard in there, under there. Because remember, if you don't lay your cardboard down, this will leak through. So I'm going to move this guy up in here, my sheet. And then put another sheet in here.
Lots of protection for your table. Just remember, when in doubt, protect it.
Definitely. We do not want any ruined tables because of DIY projects. Although this table has seen its fair share of like glitter, acrylic paint, kind of all sorts of stuff.
Oh, I have somebody on here who said she did this 30 years ago with her oldest child. So this has been around for a long time, guys.
How cool is that? Alright, so now that we've kind of got our little hearts, let's start to iron down. So remember, we want the shiny side down. Oops, see, that's what happens when you don't do shiny side down. Okay, well... Just try to get that off. See, that's how you know. Was that shiny side down? No, it was not. There we go. Shiny side down. Oh, that one wasn't either. Man, I'm not doing a good job today.
Always good to show an example of what not to do.
Right? You guys think I'm an expert because I'm up here, but you know, I really have no idea. No, I'm just kidding. I'm only half joking. And I kind of like doing the hearts like super random on here so that they're just kind of all over the place. And then stick with us, guys, because pretty soon we're going to reveal what all this looks like. So that'll be fun. So I think I'm going to do some orange for some of these hearts. Oops, uh-oh, that's too much paint. I like the idea of doing like a bright orange color.
Somebody suggested doing this on like a white pair, like an old pair of white tennis shoes. You know, if you can actually get that iron on it, that'd be a good idea.
You totally could. And it's, going back to the paint you guys use, it's better if the paint is thicker. If you have like some of the acrylic paints are a little can be on the watery side, especially kind of the cheaper ones. And this works a lot better if you use kind of the better paint. Okay, so let's do the fun part, which is to pull some of this stuff off. So I'm going to move this aside. I'm going to let that dry a little bit longer. And we're going to go back to our pineapple. Oh, here's all the hearts I was looking for.
Sherry wanted to know if you had to pre-wash the fabric or if that would be a good idea.
We did not pre-wash our fabric. I don't think you have to do that. I always just kind of went to the store, bought a big thing of t-shirts, and then, you know, stenciled directly on them. So let's check this guy out. So this is always the fun part. So just kind of go slowly, hold the fabric down.
Send hearts if you're ready for this reveal, guys, and if it looks fun, because it is, I'm telling you.
There we go, look at that. So you can see we just used regular acrylic paint and some freezer paper. This is a super cheap craft. Fun thing to do with your kids while they're home over the summer, as long as you trust them with an X-Acto knife. And yeah, you can just, you know, make a cute little dish towel. And you could do, you know, your initials, monogram, whatever. If you have like a cute little dog, you want to do your dog on here, be really cute. Okay? So now let's do the pillowcase. We're going to reveal the pillowcase. So we did a Pride-inspired pillowcase. There we go.
And straighten that out. That looks awesome.
So yeah, let me flip that so you guys can see a little better. So you can see how that looks. And then we're going to start to take these little guys off too. So again, like, it's best if you wait till it's totally dry, but it's not, if you're impatient like me and you guys just want to see what it's going to look like, we're just going to take these off.
We are loving the reveal. Can I get hearts if you love this reveal? Isn't it so fun?
And again, guys, my Facebook is DIY with Caitlyn. It totally makes my day if you go over and like it. And I post like fun pictures and projects. And Hometalk does these Facebook Lives all the time. They're really killing it with the crafts, so make sure to send them some love too. And then, yeah, you guys can see how you can make your own pillowcase as well. So yeah, we've got pillowcases, we've got homemade tea towels, and yeah, it's a fun project. So thank you everyone for joining us. It was super fun to do this with you guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.